Welcome back to episode 3 of Symphogear, and ignore my hair, it's a rather warm day and I've got to have the door closed. But, figuring out what's going on with the world, the history that has happened many years prior, the reason that humanity is cursed, and once again a new foe appears, makes themselves known. Eliminating an entire fan base is one way of really kind of stepping out into the world and showing everyone that you exist. Not sure some of them are quite warranted though. Just having a random schoolgirl perforated in front of you probably isn't the best for Sebastia's psyche. So what's she gonna do about it? We'll have to find out. I hope you're ready. So strap in and get a drink, because we are listening and watching some more Symphogear. Oh yeah, actually got to do some research on whatever this gauntlet is and what it does. I mean, there's probably some scientific data that can be learned off of the remnants, the ashes of the corpse, but still, okay, yeah. Having it in such mint condition after however many thousands of years, is some craftsmanship. And I think I mentioned it before, but yeah, having the visuals of just a classroom filled with gas masks is such a mood that I can get behind. Although it does remind me of certain scenes of, the abandoned ghost towns of, like, Chernobyl and whatnot. And how many accessories does that animal-eared villain have in her case? And how many are we going to be privy to? But I do like the fact that you've got the two... I think I just saw something there. But you got the two enemies that were shown off there. Two sides of the kind of fantasy coin, as it were. Like a devil vampire vibe, and the other one with a Lycan beastman type thing. Penny Dreadful? Why does that sound familiar? Hiding the truth of the matter? This is a terrorist attack, definitely not noise or anything, no need to be worried. I mean, it's going to take a while for them to kind of get back to normal. Remember what he put them all through. Good that it wasn't just swept under the rug, get everything is sorted and we can live our happy lives again kind of thing. Because, you know, reality is a lot harsher than that. Speaking from experience there, maybe? Good that she is up and walking. She has regressed into her own mind for safety. It's not real. I mean, everything that she saw, and especially right in front of her, it's not the worst that she's ever seen, but definitely visceral as hell. Well, it depends on what kind of backing they had, or what artifacts or anything they kept. And we've immediately shown who helped out. Okay. And their bosses are... Is it going to be a interfering country or something? You were told to come alone. They're already on it. This was meant to be a secret meeting. Expendable, you say? Well, that's not going to come in on later episodes, is it? Those Segway riding bastards. I knew they were evil. And it was only a matter of time before that casualty number goes up by a factor of 10. Makes it, if they make it into a populated area. Well, he's going to think twice about the gangs that he signs up to if he actually makes it out of this. Even the gods can't help you now. Luckily, there's at least one amongst them who has risen above the ranks of deity. Have we seen Chris's one yet? I don't know, we haven't. I think I read that they gave these sequences to animators that actually really enjoyed the characters and therefore put their all into it, kind of thing. Well, what the veracity of that statement is, I'm not entirely sure, but it kind of tracks. Yeah, safekeeping and all. She has quite the munitions. I enjoy that the her weaponry is actually more ballistic of nature and not ray gun. That was neat. And after making such an entrance, did they actually protect the one that was cowering and quivering in fear? I mean, this is a time to be looking cool and all, but he is a changed man. If we don't see him join the clergy or anything, I'll be disappointed. I mean, what looks to be raw power manifested into limbs and the like versus much the same. How is this standoff going to go? Even so. Oh, is she about to be locked as well in some manner or another? Well, at least we know that it's not just a catch-all, break their mind kind of thing. Ah, there's the light show. No escape. They've learned now, at least, to get rid of the teleportation crystal. nice. I think more than normal, the fact that this all plays into the beats of the song, at least that I'm noticing it, is really quite enjoyable. That was quite the shockwave. Left her luggage behind. Yes, a barbecue party. That's it. Don't tell them. Just let them have this. Never heard of that blood type. That'd make transfusions incredibly difficult. However, men in black suits isn't much detail to go on, is it? But at least, yeah, they have learned that. Making no comment. While still being slightly underhanded about it, you've got to build up a case. You can't just go willy-nilly and accuse them of stuff. Huh. Well, if it's a way of turning them against each other after they were doing not really that well, but starting to work together, not a bad plan. So, poor Panacea? Poor sob story. If they don't get their transfusions and medicine and whatnot, they'll wither away. Didn't really think about the medical needs of those that they just slaughtered, though, so I don't think I'll shed a tear. Heretical? Did somebody say heresy? I mean, there's going to be offshoots and subsects of all sorts of branches. Well, it doesn't even have to be the government, but branches of the power, when there's things like these relics just existing in the world. But if they're believed to have no real power, there's something you're missing. Is it the one Shema? Not sure if I know that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, they're obviously missing something. And is that bracer going to be a catalyst, a kind of conversion of all the power and bring out the rest of them? Up and running? Okay might be a bit of a overstatement. Awake is a step above what she was, but sure, not in the best of minds. Yep. Your personal mental state really kind of ranks low on his chart of things to care about. I mean, words to boost her up, really. You got to get better. Can't just stagnate right now. And this blood is a certain type. I mean, she's been carrying a burden on those shoulders for so long now. Nicely done. What about other mythical creatures? Are we going to have a mummy? The Invisible Man, maybe? I mean, it's a start. Sure, why not? How many blood samples of what the... She's smarter than we give her credit for. Well, let's hope they don't call security on them. That'd be the worst thing they'd have to deal with. And if they do run out, is it instant death? Is it just a withdrawal of their powers? Yeah, maybe if you just took a second to explain rather than bringing out the noise, they'd be more willing to assist. 2 transformation sequences in 1 episode, and well, that's nice. Rather than the usual kind of saw blade roller skate action, we now got ice skates. No comment on one of that scene, but there's the rollerblades. We've seen her pull a few dance moves with assistance, so have that be forefront and center here. Was that last bit necessary? Did it cheapen the rest of the transformation? Yeah. Was it bad? Not really. With the more of the emphasis on the different dance styles and performative act of her skills and whatnot here, it does give her more of a place and position in this team, make her stand out a little. Not the banana noise. But yeah, having a character like her who is kind of an all-rounder. She's got debuffs and crowd control, air of effect, and also just the raw damage of her swords and stuff. Ready, go. I really didn't expect more Megazord joining together, but it's just like another guillotine cutter type thing. I completely forgotten what I was saying because of this. Is it controllable boomerang effect? Yeah. Don't count them out yet. Straight through the roof into the blood room. Is that how it works? Now, this is how you get them somewhat on board. You go into protection, shouting about family. Were you just standing on the sidelines waiting for her to get eviscerated? Oh, it is a flare of some sort. EMP flare. I thought it was just firing a missile into the middle of the fight. Go-go gadget fists, apparently. The hospital should have, like, you know, backup generators and their own shit like that. Unless for some reason whatever she just did took that out as well. Right, so while... Daedalus. So while she distracted them with this fight, they Yep, maybe get a hold of yourself first before making proclamations of victory. So... you've got a vampire, a werewolf, and Rick Sanchez. Astro Boy mecha kind of bullshit. Did you really need to damage hospital property further with that? Even in frustration. And being delivered to... who would have thought? I mean, always been that voice of unashamedness, raising one's name and prestige and not letting your family name down. Bringing up the glory of Japan and everything, no matter the cost. Unless it's the one's big... double bluff kind of thing. But for Tsubasa's character, for her to throw off the shackles of her family and honour and her standing and whatnot because of this, I can see it going that way. As far as setting up the other stakes of the episode, of the series, this one didn't do too bad. Having a, once again, somewhat sympathetic villain in the fact that they're on borrowed time and some terminal or debilitating disease and or just function of life. Really kind of put a ticking time bomb on it. But I think it was a little, not heavy-handed, maybe a bit early, a bit rushed. We're trying to paint these villains as uncompromising evil ne'er-do-wells who would slaughter innocent civilians without a care in the world, and then... But They're tragic villains. Okay. Try and ease us into that, not immediately after the whole hole. But the idea of a character, a person that was so close to them for so long and barking orders at them for so long, also going against them and hiring people that are actively targeting, seems very convoluted. Surely there's an easier way of doing this. But, you can't do it out in the open, not when there's other nations you can pin the blame on. He's clever about it, I guess. I do have one or two questions though. So, having a shady meeting on the docks with men in suits who remain nameless and unidentified, just men in suits. Was there a particular need to have those that oversaw it be classic delinquent types? Or was it because it gave them an excuse to have a motorbike and try and get away from the scene? If that is the answer, I can understand that, actually. But survivor's guilt, is that going to play into it? Being the only one of his friends that didn't get turned into a fine red paste. Definitely going to turn his life around, become quite godly and reserved. We'll have to see, actually. But a fair amount condensed into a normal. I was going to say short amount of time, but a normal episode length. Having villain backstory kind of thing and their tragic tale. Having a double cross. Having our heroes learn of we're fighting for family. What? Okay. And Tsubasa struggling to even come out of a coma. Having a mental block. Oh yeah, and the kaleidoscope eye. The ceiling of whatever. Oh, God. I can't just use that willy-nilly. It doesn't do more than just stun. Well, maybe also if you didn't test it on Hibiki. Probably not the best test subject for how it would work on the rest of them. Yeah, quite a few things that were... many spinning plates, as my boss at work would have said today. I'm questioning a few things. I can imagine where things might go, but on a worldly, God-ending place like the last season, or are we back to the moon? That I'm not sure of yet, and I don't even know which I'd prefer to see. But to find out, we're going to have to watch more. So if you've enjoyed this one, if I've entertained you, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing to the channel if I've earned it today. Or you can jump onto my Discord as well for notifications, memes, and votes for when new things come up. But definitely, try and take care of yourselves. I don't have a witty, clever pun about blood or anything, so get some rest. I'll see you in the next one.